How's it going, everybody? It's HuskyUp1 with a video tour of my B-17 down there. Specifically, it will be a demonstration of all the distances to clarify any discrepancies from the tutorial. So it'll help if I can count out these blocks. What should I use? We'll use an iron sword. Why not? So we'll start at the front. And I've built mine grounded instead of in flight, but it's up to you. So it's 2 blocks off the ground if you want it on a runway instead of in the air. And it starts off with 2 blocks here for the machine guns, the front 50 calibers. And then there's 2 blocks of glass, 3 wide and then 5 wide. And then you rise up half slab for the duration of 2 blocks, up another half slab and use green wool again for another 2 blocks. Another 2 blocks of green wool, except this time 5 blocks wide instead of 3. And this second block is when the glass starts, of course, and then there's 3 blocks total of glass. And behind the glass is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 blocks of green wool. And on top of that, except for the last 3 blocks, is another layer of stone slabs on top. And then 4 blocks into those stone slabs is where the dorsal turret begins, and that's 3 blocks by 3 blocks by 2 blocks tall. Continuing back on the top layer. After that, what was it, 11 blocks or 12? You're going to extend it by 2 blocks for glass, and then you put a stone slab border around that. Down a block for green wool. Then we go back up a half slab for duration of 5 blocks. 4 blocks worth in green wool. And then we go for your rise up for 3 blocks and then a half slab there. And then up 1, 2, 3, 4 in a diagonal pattern. Half slab. Up 1 more block for the duration of 2. Down a block and then down 2 more. And that'll be the end of the tail here. And that's also where this back gunner position starts, glass-wise. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're down 7 blocks starting from there. And then it's 2 blocks of glass. You should be able to tell the rest of the detail from here. And at the farthest back glass block, you put green wool, and then we're going to bring this forward for, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 blocks, and then it's 3 half slabs. And then we continue forward for another 2 blocks, and then 7 half slabs in the center most block. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So after 6 more blocks, you should be back at this second layer of glass, and then you don't put anything after that except for the 50 caliber machine gun barrels. So that's the topmost layer and this bottommost center column. I'll get to the rest in a second. Let's see here. Now we'll start from this layer. So after the cockpit ends, that same block is where there's a half slab, 1 below this block here. Before that is a 2x2 grid with 1 block of space above it. And then in front of that is another grid of stone slabs, and it should be 1 more repeating pattern in front of that. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 1, 2. And this top layer here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 blocks long. Then you bring it down half slab for 3 blocks. Bring it down another half slab worth of height for 1 block. And then 2 more half slabs for that same grid pattern that we saw earlier on the farthest left layer. And you're going to mirror that on the bottom, except when you get the half slabs, you're going to keep it at this height. This continues for a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks. And then you go down half slab. And you're going to drag that all the way forward. You're going to drag that forward at this height all the way until this first section of green wool for 2 blocks. And that should solve that. And then of course you mirror that on the other side, 5 blocks away. Having covered that, I guess we'll get to the final details at this point. Oh, except I didn't do the rest of the bottom here. So for the bottom of the aircraft, you really just fill it all in with green wool, except for where there's been stone slabs. Now the ball turret is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's about 8 blocks. There's 7 blocks of green wool in between the farthest forward piece of glass and the end of the bomb bay here. So it's the final stone slab for the bomb bay, 7 blocks of green wool, and then the front block of glass. And then you continue that for a total of 2 more. So it's 3 blocks. Same style that you saw on the dorsal turret. Nothing changes here. And in the centermost block, of course, you put the hole, and that's where on the inside, that's where you get in. Also lining up with this hole here, if you look at the side of the aircraft, that should be the center of the Air Force logo. And it's 3 by 3 blocks. Lines up right with the ball turret there. And it's also the center block of this set of half slabs. So at the end of the logo, skip 1 block of green wool, and then you leave a gap 2 blocks open for the side for the waist gunners. That was it. And their roof should be this half slab section here. I guess we'll do the next inward layer. So you cover in the layer behind this half slab section here with green wool. When you get to the end of this half slab here, you go for 2 more blocks, and then you drop down a half slab, go for 3 more, and that's the end of this layer here, except for the rear wing, except for this down here. So tracing back to I think I already went over where this is located. Lines up with this in case you don't know. But that's 3 long, then 2, then 3 more. Oh yeah, we went over this. So this will all be green wool blocks up until this point here, where it's 5 half slabs, and the last one goes up a half slab, because that's going to encompass the rear wing here. And then there should be 1 more green wool block before the rear gunner position. And of course all these details you mirror on the other side. So now all we're left to do is clarify the wing distances, and then I'll show you the inside. So you filled this in here, these 5 blocks, and then you extend out from there 3, just go back a block, 3 more, go back a block again, 3 more, and then this final outward there should be 2 blocks long. Then from the back view, it'll be 5 blocks long, come outwards a block, and it should stick out for 4. So the pattern is 3, 3, 3, 5, 4. And then for the frontal wing, you start right where this last half slab ends, which would be right here. And if it's also one block past the end of the cockpit, it's also where the dorsal turret starts. So it should be able to help you line up where the wing begins. The wing is this block right here, and that lines up with the bottom of the front nose. So that's 2 blocks, and then the engine will start here for 3. These half slabs I did not put on the original tutorial, I don't think, but they're optional. You can add them in if you want. So it's a total of 6 blocks right here, and then you go inward a block, 6 more, inward a block again, 6 more, 6 blocks in total I mean, inward a block 1 more time, and then it's 6 more. So far it's 6, 6, 6, 6, and then it goes to 5, and then it goes to 3. So you're going to indent the wing a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 times, for a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections. And then the width of the wing here is 5. On that final layer, you make each of these sections here 8 blocks. That's 8. Then you, on the 9th block, you go outwards a block, 8, and then the 9th block will be outwards, which is block number 1 of the next section, so it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9 will be also number 1 for the next section, and then that's 8 blocks long. And then note that on the 3rd block inwards from the back, it's a glass window that sticks out right there. And the total wing width altogether is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 blocks. The end of the wing lines up with this set of half slabs right here to help clarify. And it starts with the dorsal turret. So after you mirror that on the other side, if you decide to make the engines look like this, and you decide to make it grounded, then you put the rear landing gear right behind the engine. And I'll just show you, if you want to make it grounded, how to place the rear landing gear. So you're going to take wherever the rear wing started here, skip a block, and then the block after that will be the one that the landing gear is lined up with. Right there. So let's head inside now. And I'll start with the front. Okay, so this is the first block inward from the aircraft. That is, there's glass in front of you. Having some difficulty getting inside. And then right behind that is, of course, these details here. Right behind that, skip 2 blocks, and then you put the doorway on the 3rd block behind that. So there's 4 blocks of space in here, and then this doorway. Then it drops down half slab for, the 7 blocks. That's what that feature was on the outside. That's this hallway to get through here. So that's 7 blocks long, and at the end of that 7 blocks is also where the stairway to get up here begins. So it's this room altogether is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks from front to back. Oh, I forgot a detail. Silly me. There we are. Okay. The dorsal turret is 2 blocks behind the pilot and co-pilot seats. And then 2 more blocks after that is the doorway here to get into the mom bay, which is 3 blocks wide. 3 blocks long, I mean. 2 blocks deep. Or 5 blocks actually, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you're going to cover up the blocks. Oh, never mind. I thought there were blocks on the outside. It's here that you actually place blocks, like so. Except for this one area here. You don't fill in the blocks that are right there in this one. This way it's always going to be about 5 or 3 blocks wide. So we get to this next room here. You should see the somewhat like a skylight here. Only the 2 blocks that we covered on the outside, that's where that window was. And you copy that on the other side, of course. And there should be 1 layer of blocks of green wool here. After that is a doorway. Skip 2 blocks, and then this is the alternate column, I guess we can call it. And after that is that little door, that little gap I showed you earlier. So it's a total of 3 blocks past the doorway that you come across that hole. And then 2 blocks past that should be where the 2 blocks here begin, the windows, for the 50 calibers. And then these details are not essential, you don't need to worry about them, but this little indent begins 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks after the rear of the window. And then a further 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks should be where the block that the lever takes up for the rear gunner position. But otherwise, I think that's all the detail that's necessary. Should be pretty clear from this point. Because I thought the tutorial was clear enough as is, but apparently not. But that's alright. So hopefully it solves any discrepancies with the distances in the tutorial. But I was able to follow it. I built this off of my own tutorial, so I shouldn't have any trouble at this point. Best of luck with building it, and that is all for this video. Scalp one out. See you next time.